on the collab channel. Buenos dias, hello tubers. Welcome to the collab channel, Jenn and Rosie Reality TV. We have today come back from a super duper weekend in
Reno, Nevada. Not Nevada. Nevada.
And it was awesome. It was totally off the hook. And so we left Friday, and Bobby got this big party van for 8 people. And
nice rig.
Really nice rig. We had a really good trip. Traffic was great. We had a smooth ride. And we
Who was driving that rig?
Rosie girl was captain.
80 miles an hour, chooching up that.
And we had Bobby and the boss and Janet and Cathy with us, and we then met up in Reno with Pantyfem.
Well, you better not drive. I'm gonna give you the keys. You better not drive like a granny.
So there was
Pantyfem, Brenda. Yeah.
So there were 7 of us, and we had 2 rooms at the El Dorado Hotel, which was superb.
Yeah, we could get side by side, 2 non-smoking.
Yeah.
Of course, you had the handicap, which was nice for you to be
handicap
able to use
room,
the bars and stuff.
So it was a really great bathroom.
Friday night,
accessible.
The buffet.
Yeah, excellent buffet. It was, oh my God, it was good.
A lot of good food down there in the buffet, and it was nice to. It was really nice, wasn't it, to see 7 people just sitting together and just living life and having a good time.
Having a good time.
5 trans girls and the boss and Bobby, and of course the boss is in like heaven. He's like in heaven. He's like, I got all my.
It's like boing.
Yeah, I got all my bitches with me. I'm happy here, you know. So he's always happy when his girls are around. He's always happy. He takes a shine to Jennifer. He takes her by the hand and makes sure she gets in and out of the van. Okay, he's probably rubbing her ass too a little bit, but you got to give up a little bit when you're doing it. And the next day, well, we went out to. You stayed home Friday night because the bar scene is not your kind of place.
Right.
You crap out or people fall on you and floors are slippery in a wheelchair. It's not the kind of place you want to negotiate.
Right.
But you were happy to pass on that.
Oh yeah, I took a hot shower. I was in heaven. I went to bed. I think I watched something on TV for a little bit and then just crashed out.
Yeah. And then the agenda for Saturday was going up to see Brenda's place. And, of course, we met Brenda through YouTube, okay? And that's, you know, as often as we sometimes blister YouTube for some of the downside of how it's run and stuff like that and all the automatic faceless company and all that stuff. You know, it's brought Jen into my life and brought me into Jen's life. It's brought Brenda Pantyfem into our life, and you can check her channel. So in that way, it's been a good thing. And that second day, we headed up to see Brenda's place, and we had seen the video before on Brenda's Pantyfem is her channel, and we had seen she did a chooch around showing all of her stuff. But to see it, you were kind of like, wow, I've seen this. You know, you went up there.
You see it on YouTube, and then you actually in person actually walk around with the camera and record the whole thing again. It's like, whoa, you know, wow.
I mean, she's got a real operation up there.
It really blows your mind.
Great building and A-frames and big. She's a real big.
You think you've seen it on YouTube, but it's nothing like seeing it in person. It's just incredible.
So we want to both thank her for
huge talent, and I definitely, as I have told her in person, she can be very proud of that talent, that gift that she has, because I think she's very gifted in that.
Yeah, with anything doing with metal work or anything like that. So it was impressive. So after that, we saw her car. She restored I think it was a huge show winner in the whole state of Nevada. I think it was a 69 or 70 Challenger. That candy apple sort of sour apple green, which was an incredible color that was offered at the time, and just she had the boss driving with her and doing burnouts and things and stinking up something awful. Following her car was a little rich, and Jen's like, this thing, you were getting a little woozy with that.
I was
getting
sick dizzy, and my stomach was just churning
because of the breakfast we had. But then we went up, so thank you, Brenda, for having us there. It was great to see your place, and then we headed up to Virginia City. And it was kind of a little more aborted trip than we wanted. Why don't you tell people, about what happened up there when we went up to see it?
Well, we had a storm come in over the Sierra Mountains, which actually dropped the first snow of the season. And
we got there, it was just a little breezy. And we, pushed Jen up the hill, and I almost hyperventilated. I couldn't breathe. But we started getting around. It's a hard town to get around on a wheelchair because it's
very
authentic.
Difficult. Yeah, back in the days, they didn't. Well, they did have wheelchairs, but hardly anybody ever was in one. So you got the wooden sidewalks and stuff that are like stumbles, and then you got businesses where you have steps. You can't even get into the business at all. But there is a mall on the main street that actually was on both doors with the ramp, because the owner actually has only one leg and he's in a wheelchair. So
it was nice. He's
but there's a lot of authentic stuff. Going back in time 150 years, back to the Bonanza, Cartwright, the Cartwright era.
Yeah, if you think of Virginia City is a very important historical city in the West because it sat and still sits over what was the largest silver deposit, I think, in the history of the world, the Comstock Lode, and fortunes were made out of that really redefined the West in terms of building railroads west, and you really get a true flavor of that town when you go into with the bars and things with the gambling devices and the big painting on the wall with the gal Dolly that has 3,200 silver dollars that make up her dress, and the outside is framed. It was incredible, but the temperature was dropping the whole time that we were moving through town.
We had 50 miles an hour wind. And the town is really nestled up against a very steep mountain. And you could literally watch the cloud cover come swooping over there, and then that wind, and it would just dive down into that and just really nail us. And the temperature went from like 50...
Yeah, it went from like 61 degrees, I think, when we got there, down to like 49 in a matter of less than an hour.
The wind chill was like, I think, 18 or something.
It was crazy.
So, I mean, it was like you just wanted to go back to the suicide table.
Just do it. Finish it up. But we had a hot coffee, and boss said, tour's over today. That's it. So we have something to look forward to, Jen and I, for going back and doing a lot more detailed exploration. But we'll save that for springtime and summertime. It's not, as Brenda says, it gets unbelievable, 20 below zero.
Yeah.
We'll hit up there 6,200 feet. So then we had the zombie crawl last night, and Jen everybody did my makeup, and she did the boss's makeup. And I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, because you'll see that on my channel coming up. And I think she might have a little vid or some pictures too, but you'll see it all. But you, my dear, are a very talented makeup artist. She made me a zombie, like I don't want to say a hoe, but let's just say a sexy, slutty kind of zombie with the makeup and the stuff on, and you'll see those videos. But that helped you feel like you were really involved with evening stuff.
Yeah, I was part of it. I didn't go to the party because
But you saw zombies around.
Packed. It started like at 6 already. Security was everywhere trying to...
6 p.m. to 6 a.m. the next morning if you wanted to drink yourself like crazy. So they would have this, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, they would just have the crawl where you would buy the cup and that entitled you to go from bar to bar to bar, and you could get like a drink for $3. We didn't do that. We went to the 5-star and just stayed there for the night. But you saw a lot of zombies walking around like this morning.
There was some really nice
makeup work.
Yeah, I was like very impressed. And
so she did a wonderful job on me, and we went over to the club, and of course Jen, it was not the kind of place to take her again, but you didn't mind the night. You know, you had a long day. I mean, up calling to Virginia City and Brenda's place, so you were happy to rack out. So we got done about 2 o'clock, and of course I was stewed and screaming on the streets and zombie. I can't let the cat out. She's used to it. You know? Rosie's pretty fearless, big mouth out there. In public, but we had a great time. We had a nice dinner last night too, didn't we? At the steakhouse. The El Dorado was just wonderful.
Yeah, we had a nice slab of meat.
And you know meat.
Oh yeah, it was orgasmic.
You've had lots of meat. It was a heck of a good meal, and it was nice to see 7 people. Everybody really bonded beautifully well in that time. And you really felt like we were a nice kind of traveling group. We didn't have any personalities that were too big for anybody. Everybody was really, you know, except for the boss. There's only one boss, you know. But everybody else, you know, everybody else, he's always happy to stick himself at the head of the table. And like all of his bitches around him. He's happy, and Bobby's sitting there smiling like the vice president. So all in all, a very good trip. We came back today, so I know it's a place you're looking forward to exploring some more because you loved it. You love the West.
Oh yeah,
you absolutely love the West. We go through towns like Gold Hill and Silver Town or Silver Dollar, these places. So they're all places you're looking. You love the West.
I always have been fascinated by the Wild West. I still to this day watch Gunsmoke all the time, watch westerns and stuff, and
there's just something about that here.
I actually
got a postcard.
I actually got myself a job. I got myself a job.
Should I pin it on you? By the power vested in you, I now declare you U.S. Marshal of Virginia City. Oops, where am I going to pin that? Isn't that cool? And you also got a postcard. Virginia City was a very important real place, and it also played a role in the fictitious Ponderosa here. And Jen will point out that there's Virginia City up in here. You can put that a little bit closer, and you can see Reno over on the over on the side over there, Reno, and then of course Carson City, where the mint was. And Carson City was the place that they took all the silver out. When the silver was mined, they took it to Carson City to be mined into silver dollars and stuff like that. So that was Carson City's fame. So there's a lot of cool places for us to explore. And I think Jen will always be fascinated by the West. And to have the chance to go up there was pretty awesome trip. And that's my whole take.
The Cartwrights actually always would go to Virginia City in the TV series. They had their bank there and everything. They would conduct their cattle sales there. So that makes it very special. Also, it has a lot of the Bonanza TV series has got a big impression on Virginia City. When you go there, you will find a lot of that.
A lot of Bonanza gear.
Right, pictures and stuff.
Well, wrap it up, girl. Your weekend.
And yeah, so this was a fantastic weekend. I tried to shoot as much video as I could from from Virginia City, where I'm officially now U.S. Marshal.
I just don't know where to pin it on. All right, so stay tuned for Jen's videos will be coming up. We're gonna, yeah, that works. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for Jenn and Rosie Reality TV for those videos, and then later on in November, you'll be seeing the more detailed day by day. Of course, everywhere we went, that camera went with us. So.
And check out the Rosie Murphy channel.
Rosie Murphy just has the daily chooches and some other stuff, but we got stuff technically all set here to work at. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks, Marshall.
My pleasure.